baseball's color barrier, it carried the same level of euphoria that we saw as a nation when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. And of course, Buzz Aldrin also walked on the moon, and Buzz is the forgotten man. Larry Doby would sign with Cleveland literally just weeks after Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and Larry Doby is the forgotten man. Larry Doby went through just as much. Some may even argue even more than Jackie because he was playing in the American League. And the American League wasn't nearly as liberal as the National League. When he walked into the locker room with Cleveland, no one would shake his hand. When he stepped out on the field, no one wanted to warm up with him. Larry Doby was 23 years old, thrown into a powder keg of racism. Yet Larry Doby had the exact same pedigree that made Jackie the right one to be the first, college educated, had served in the Navy during World War II, was an outstanding baseball player for the Negro League's Newark Eagles. And it didn't take long. Larry Doby never played a day in the minor leagues. He went straight from the Newark Eagles over to Cleveland. And in 1948, he and the old man, Satchel Paige, helped Cleveland win the World Series.
The Cleveland Indians triumph over the Boston Braves in the 1948 World Series is all over.
As we proceed to give you what you need, ladies and gentlemen of the court, in the hearing against State of Hip Hop versus Electronic, I present Exhibit C. When I was sleeping.
Larry Doby digs in for the Eagles now. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
When Larry Doby played football for Eastside High School in New Jersey, they had a game against Montclair High. You know who was on that Montclair team? The other second man on the moon, Buzz Aldrin. Whoa.
In the air out towards right center. Sellers on the move to the gap. Corrals it. And there are 2 outs.
That high school game with Doby and Aldrin was actually at Hinchliffe Stadium, which was also one of the home stadiums for the New York Black Yankees. Doby played there in 1943 and went 2 for 5 with 2 doubles for Newark.
That's towards center. Newman gets under it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. A rocket into the outfield. The throw in there safely.
I guess that's why you like it, baby. Come and get this. Takes a lot to excite me, baby. Give it all you got. I'm a thug boogie, baby.
In 1946, the great Larry Doby had a tremendous season. He helped Newark win the Negro Leagues World Series. And during that season, he only hit .341, was named to the East-West All-Star Game, and finished 1 home run behind league leaders Josh Gibson and Johnny Davis.
They wanna sell my soul. Going once, going twice, never sold. Best story.
Larry Doby steps in with a runner on and nobody out. That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Coming home. He scores and they have the lead. 1-0. And he's got himself a triple.
Larry Doby thought he'd be playing shortstop for Newark, but Hall of Fame player and manager Willie Wells had that position already, and he suggested to Larry that he was a more natural outfielder. You didn't argue with a guy whose nickname was Devil.
Nabs it, and there's 2 away.
During World War II, Doby played for the Great Lakes Naval Station's black baseball team, and he hit .348. They also had basketball and football teams, but only the football team was integrated. Hall of Famer Marion Motley was the star.
So 2 balls and no strikes. Chris, that lack of integration at the naval station you mentioned, it really bothered Doby. He said it was the first time that segregation really stung him, seeing it in the military. That stuck with him for the rest of his life.
Solo le cae nombre, ya no le caen lágrimas. Yeah, no quería salir, pero ya pasó la página. Saludo un chorrito para las ánimas. No la dijo, todos saben que hoy es ley.
Larry Doby steps in to take on Satchel.
You know, Boog, Larry Doby thought of that 1946 Eagles team as one of the best he ever played on. It didn't hurt that he was teammates with 3 future Hall of Famers, Willie Wells, Leon Day, and Monty Irvin.
The 0-1. Right side. They get the force. So Satchel wins this matchup with Doby. What a play. Inning over. Swings here and blasts one left field. That's back. Gone. Doby takes Satchel deep.
Let me in your house, a pleasure. From the knuckle swatch, shadow boxes catching black eye blue. I play the deep, what? Sensations at the Monty.
Like a lot of players from the Negro Leagues, Larry Doby was an outstanding multi-sport athlete. He'd been a star basketball player at Long Island University, where he played under the assumed name of Larry Walker to protect his amateur status while he was playing for the Newark Eagles. Larry Doby would go on to become the first black to play in the American Basketball League, which would become the precursor to the National Basketball Association.
One down. Larry Doby digging in now. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time around, the revolution will not be televised.
A young Larry Doby would recall his first game in the Negro Leagues against the Homestead Grays. Who was the catcher? The great Josh Gibson. Larry Doby gets into the batter's box. Gibson looks up at him and says, "Son, we're going to see how you handle a fastball." Larry Doby singled. Next time up, Gibson says, "Son, we're going to see how you handle a curveball." Larry Doby singled again. The next time up, Josh Gibson says, "We gonna see how you react when you get knocked down." They knocked him down. He gets up, he pops up. The next time up, they knock him down, but this time he singles again. Your life was tough in the Negro Leagues. They were never afraid to knock you down, but Larry Doby was never afraid to get back up.
sick, what? Lucini pouring from the sky, let's get rich, what? The GG finds the sugar dimes, can't quit, what? Now pop the corkers in the and get, what? Introducing Phantom of the Dark, walk through my heaven with levitation from
Here's the second baseman, Larry Doby. The 1-0. Just missed. On the ground, right side, Little. That's out number 1, and a run comes in to score. Line drive, and now maybe extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, and he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
Larry Doby took a lot of pride in breaking barriers. He said he hit better in Washington and St. Louis because that's where the parks had segregated seating, so he could tell where the black fans were cheering him on from.
In safely with a leadoff double, go-ahead runs in scoring position.
If you want an indication of why Larry Doby was the second man to walk on the moon, well, when he gets called up in 1947, he was only hitting .414. Over a decade-long major league career, 9-time All-Star, the first African-American to lead either league in home runs in 1952. He also led the league in runs scored that season. He would go on to become the second African-American to manage in Major League Baseball, only behind the great Frank Robinson. He would become the first to win both a Negro Leagues World Series and a Major League World Series on his way into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
I've been on my doors since a youngin'. You should know that. You should know. I've been on my doors.
An historic moment as Larry Doby digs in for his Cleveland debut. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Snyder makes the ground. Runner tags for home. And now the runner will score from third on a wild throw.
Before Larry Doby played this game with Cleveland, none of his teammates would warm up with him. Then their second baseman, Hall of Famer Joe Gordon, did it himself, and that meant a lot to Doby. He said it showed something to their teammates.
Doby in the box now. No balls and a strike. That one missing inside. People forget that Doby broke into the majors less than 3 months after Jackie Robinson. He went through just about everything Jackie did and showed true toughness in dealing with it. One down, base is empty. Rips that one to right. Murphy makes the play, and he's 2 down. Larry Doby digging in now. Fouled off left side. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And a base hit knocks in a run.
The legendary Jim Mudcat Grant, the first African-American pitcher to win 20 games in the American League. He was a roommate of Larry Doby when he was with Cleveland, and Mudcat was in awe of Larry Doby. And so as Mudcat would tell the story, he got to the hotel room before Larry Doby does, where he hears the key in the door, and there he is. And as Mudcat would describe, Larry Doby to him looked like a giant. He says to Mudcat, "You must be Mudcat." Mudcat says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Doby." He said, "Which bed would you like?" Mudcat says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Doby." He said, "Do you like to watch TV?" He says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Doby." And Larry Doby finally said, "Look, you got to stop with all this, yes, sir, Mr. Doby." And Mudcat says, "Yes, sir, Mr. Doby." The admiration, the respect that was held for this pioneering baseball player and what he meant to this sport was outstanding.
Shows, where they at? Sold out. To the world, get the bag, get the money. Your mom, she still love it.
So 2 down. Larry Doby digging in now. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Kennedy around second, headed for third. Coming home. He will score, and it's 1-0. Middle, and it gets through. Around third. One run across. The relay to the plate, and he's out. Up, down, and that.
One more game, cranking my motor, revving my engine, chilling the AC till it's colder than a breeze in Alaska. Sunshine like the winter.
Larry Doby was Cleveland's top hitter and performed excellently on defense.
In a trailblazing career, Larry Doby is still the forgotten man. As I remind our guest here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Larry Doby too suffered tremendous indignities as he integrated with Cleveland in 1947. Again, just weeks after Jackie Robinson would break the color barrier.
Jackie Robinson leads off for Brooklyn.
Oh, it was challenging, but Larry Doby endured. And Larry Doby rose above the adversity. But I guess when I stop to think about it, Larry Doby had been very much prepared to rise above the adversity. After all, that's what the players in the Negro Leagues had done from the start. Larry Doby carried that spirit with him.
This is a great moment. All the struggles that I've gone through and other players of Afro-Americans, this is a reward for all of us.
It's never easy to be the first, but Larry Doby blazed a tremendous path that eventually led him into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. It is still hard to believe that it took until 1998 that Larry Doby would cross the threshold to become one amongst the immortals of this game. But I guess better late than never for this amazing pioneer and this amazing human being.
This is it, what? Lucini pouring from the sky, let's get rich, what? The GG finds the sugar dimes, can't
Buck O'Neil would say that the Monarchs were always a good team. But when Satchel was on the mound, they were a great team. But the thing about Satchel was, Satchel brought out the greatness in everyone else. And one of the legendary stars of the Negro Leagues who took the challenge of facing Satchel the most, the great Leon Day. Leon Day, who was a great two-way star in the Negro Leagues, faced Satchel on 4 different occasions, winning 3 of those head-to-head matchups against his rival. And in one of the games, they're in the midst of a scoreless pitching duel when Leon Day takes matters in his own hands and hits a home run to help himself win a 1-0 matchup against his rival Satchel Paige. Leon Day was one of those unheralded stars of the Negro Leagues that you should know, because Leon Day was as good as they came.
Here's the catcher, Hughes. Here comes a pitch.
Here, what?
There's a swing and a miss.
Well, that's that slope right there. Doing extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
That one missed.
1-2.
That delivery of Leon Day's was so funky. He said it hurt him to throw overhand, so he short-armed the delivery and released the ball up near his ear instead of out front.
The pitch.
Full count.
Out to short. Slings to first. One up and down. Hilton Smith digging in now. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Chris, could that short arm delivery you mentioned make it tougher on hitters because they weren't used to seeing it?
For sure, Boo. Hitting is about timing, and when you've got mid-90s coming from a spot you're not used to, it's very hard to get your timing right.
It falls in, and that's a knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. So up next, McDonald. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Smith at first, 1 gone.
Good. 1-1.
He's a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Kicks and fires. That one misses. Ball 2. Just off the outside edge. And now 3-2. And the righty deals. Hit on the ground might be 2. Off balance beat, there's 1. And he'll hold on to it, so they get 1. Hank Thompson digging in now. That one's in there. Strike 1. Pick off attempt by Day, and he's back in safely. Day kicks and delivers. Day with a pick off at first, and he's back in on a dive. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. And we're just getting started here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. And a pitch. A little bit low. And down on strikes. That ends the frame. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here's the first baseman, Buck O'Neil. That one finds the zone. And it's 0-1.
When Leon Day got an offer from Rap Dixon to sign with Baltimore, Leon's dad asked him, "Is that what you really want to do?" Well, Leon responded, "It's the only thing I want to do." Well, that was good enough for his dad to give his blessing.
And down on strikes he goes. Leon shutting down the Monarchs so far. And first offering is fouled off. You know, Day got started in pro baseball early. He was just 17 years old when he signed with the Baltimore Black Sox. The next year, he jumped to the Brooklyn Eagles, and he took off with them. The 1-1 is fouled off. Day comes to the plate. Got him swinging. 2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Murray. And first offering is fouled off. Second inning here, no score. And that's in the dirt.
1-1.
And there's the ball. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
2-2.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out.
And now it's the Mental Show update with your correspondent.
We go to the bottom of the first, and now the center fielder, Leon Day. Ball 1, no strikes. Hit hard on the ground is short. On the run, sends it over to first. 1 up, 1 down. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Satchel into his motion. The long windup. Turns on the rubber. Kicks and fires. And a foul ball. Up the middle. And he beats the throw. He's safe.
The legendary Hall of Famer Monty Irvin would say, if you saw Bob Gibson pitch, then you saw Leon Day pitch. That Gibby had nothing on the uber-competitive Leon Day, who at first glance you wouldn't think was necessarily a great athlete. Oh, but he was. Standing 5'7" tall, weighed about 170 pounds of pure fearlessness and competitiveness. Leon Day, as Larry Doby would describe, I never saw a major leaguer that was better than Leon Day. I never saw a pitcher better than Leon Day.
Bottom of the first, and now the first baseman, Bates. The wind of the pitch. And that one missing low.
You know, in 1946, Jackie Robinson actually asked Leon Day to join the Montreal Royals with him in the Dodgers organization. Leon had already signed with Newark, and his arm wasn't what it had been, so he turned Jackie down.
Check swing, but he went too far. And that is strike two. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Beats him for the first out, and that completes the strikeout. Glass now at the plate. Up and in, and it's 1-0. You talked about how Day was almost the Dodgers singing. Think about the Dodgers teams of that era. You add a healthy Leon Day to Jackie, Duke Snyder, Pee Wee Reese, Don Newcomb, Roy Campanella. They might have had their own dynasty. In the air to left down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Tap dances out of the way of that one. In the air, left field, Sanders makes his way towards it, makes the grab on the run. 2 away down. 2 outs, base is empty. Josh Gibson stepping in now. And the right-hander deals. And deals. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Just misses, and it's 1-2. Yeah, that skips into there. 2 outs. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Goes down looking.
While Leon Day wasn't a big man, no one's heart was ever any bigger. He was as competitive as they came. His widow Geraldine Day once told me, when he was asked about his best pitch, he said, "Oh, my best pitch is my dust-off pitch." She said, "Well, what is that?" He said, "I would knock them down, they would dust themselves off, and then I'd knock them down again." Leon Day not only threw that dust-off pitch, but he threw the full assortment. Dominating fastball, great breaking ball, dogged determination, and is what led this gentle giant into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
And we're back. Here's the third baseman, Hayes. Check swing, and that's a ball.
It's pretty amazing how great Leon Day was despite his height. But I chalk that up to his incredible talent and competitive fire. You need both if you're going to succeed while being undersized.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. So digging in, Glass. First pitch just misses. You brought up Leon's height, Siggy. A lot of great undersized pitchers could really bring it. Names like Pedro Martinez, Billy Wagner, Tim Lincecum, and Marcus Stroman come to mind. Big swing and a miss. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. Brad Dixon digging in now. Right through there for a strike. 0-2 now as he swings through. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Buck Leonard digging in now. See the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Swings through that.
0-2.
The 0-2 pitch from Day.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And that's the strikeout looking. Put the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. And here is Hughes. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. That pitch gets the corner, and it now is 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. Here's the center fielder, McDonald. First pitch misses. Curveball drops in there.
1-1.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-2.
One down, base is empty. Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out. So 2 down now, and here is Miller. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
0-2.
Ground ball right side. In plenty of time to first, and it's a...
Leon Day ran the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds in his baseball uniform. Yeah, he was an impressive ball player. And as great as Leon Day was as a pitcher, Buck O'Neil oftentimes said he was an even better center fielder. Now again, Buck probably felt this way because during the 1946 Negro League World Series, Leon Day robbed him of what was sure to be a game-winning hit when Buck would describe this guy coming out of nowhere to make a diving catch that ultimately saved the 1946 World Series for the Newark Eagles.
Now we don't know how to act wet. Whole team going dumb in the chat. Nobody front, I came from way in the back. We was cool until we went and got the tap. Started making movies, now we don't know how to act. Jeez, you know me, I'm your OG. Low key, I'll be so glad we're low key. Dozing, that it's not us. I get no sleep. Who you know that can top us?
Buck O'Neil digging in now. Now fly ball to right center. He got it. He got it. Leon Day makes.
They said the paper rock get hot, turn you to ashes. Only thing is, I don't remember me asking, fill up my bag of chips.
While a lot of baseball fans recall Bob Feller's opening day no-hitter, and a lot will say that's the only time that has ever happened in professional baseball. But that's not true. Leon Day also threw an opening day no-hitter, and he was fresh getting back from serving in World War II. Leon Day and Hall of Famer Willard Brown were both in the U.S. Army, and both were part of the invasion of Normandy during World War II. Leon Day would then come back home and throw an opening day no-hitter against the Philadelphia Stars.
All set for the start of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to him. Gardner. Day back to work.
While Leon Day was serving in Europe, the Armed Forces actually had a World Series of their own, featuring black players taking on MLB stars like Blackwell. Leon helped his team win the series 3-2.
Makes the catch, and there's one gone. He's 2 outs away. And now Bell. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Chris, I imagine that Leon had a lot to do with the black players winning that series you mentioned.
For sure, Boog. He won game 2 with a complete game 4 hitter, and he struck out 10 batters.
Going to count 1 and 2. One out, base is empty. That one just misses. Next offering upstairs. In danger of losing the perfect game here. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 2 outs to go for Leon Day. And the batter now, Waters. And what a way to lose his bid at the perfect game. With the tying run at the plate, you're at the top of the 9th. That's off the mark, and that's ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. A chance for the no-no right here. And another ball. Dead is just 1 strike away. Struck him out, and that's the ball game.
Maybe things could change if you change your view. If not, then I guess it is cool. Just keep to yourself and abide by the rules, right?
Leon Day punched out a lot of hitters during his time playing baseball. And while Leon Day's stellar career was littered with all kinds of amazing feats, 1942 was one that I think he might point a finger toward as well, when he struck out 18 Baltimore Eli Giant players, including getting the great Hall of Famer Roy Campanella 3 times in that game. He holds the strikeout record in the Negro League, in Puerto Rico, and in the East-West All-Star game.
Pick it up. Do no whip, I flick it up. Flick it up. Flick it up. Now you caught my heart for it.
And now, Glass. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Leon really did bring his best stuff in the biggest moments. So on top of his 3 wins against Satchel Paige, he was a 7-time Negro Leagues All-Star, most of any pitcher.
Next offering upstairs. Day struck out 5 of 7 batters in the 1942 East-West game. That's a lot like what Pedro Martinez did when he struck out 5 of the 6 batters in the 1999 All-Star game at Fenway Park. At the plate, Hayes. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. And that's down and away.
1-1.
And downstairs. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. One out, base is empty. 2 strikeouts now for Day. He's got good stuff in this one. Josh Gibson stepping in now. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Late on that fastball.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Got him. Day absolutely baffling these Homestead hitters. And we're back. Buck Leonard digging in now. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. And that's in the dirt. That's a little bit low.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And now the right fielder, Smith. One down, base is empty. And that's a little bit high. And the count even 1-1. To third, Sutton. To first, already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And now the center fielder, McDonald. In there, and it's 0-1. That one's in there, and the count is 0-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got it. Inning over on the strikeout.
Here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum on our Field of Legends, Leon Day is standing out in right field. He's in right field because all the statues were based on when these legendary stars were inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Keep in mind that Leon Day played every position except for catcher. During his stint in the Negro Leagues, he was likely the most versatile player playing the game at that time. Leon Day was the last Negro Leaguer to still be alive to learn that he was going into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Sadly, 6 days later, this legendary player passed away. But at least he knew he had finally taken his place in the National Baseball Hall of Fame.